Hi, I'm Andrew Bartley, Principal of Platinum Leadership.
And I'm Marc, Jolicoeur, Plant Manager of Celplast Metallized Products, or CMP. We're here today to tell you the story of Fall FishCaMP 2014.
A 4-day leadership and team building extravaganza held right here at the CMP plant in Toronto. CMP leads the world in providing high barrier metallized and clear films for flexible packaging and converting industries here and abroad. They are a tightly knit family of self-directed employees who make unparalleled customer service a top priority.
Here at CMP, we've engaged Platinum Leadership for the past 3 years. They've worked with us to align our leadership, strategy, vision, and culture to achieve maximum impact. Our partnership started in November of 2011 with our first large-scale experience. Since that time, they've made our half-day quarterly plant meetings memorable through active learning and adventure education.
For Fall FishCaMP 2014, CMP turned off their machines and turned up the heat on what they want more of in their leadership and culture. We explored 4 commitments of camp culture each person can make to themselves and to each other, namely, be family, have their back, get better, and enjoy life.
We chose objectives to maximize on-the-job application and long-term strategic impact, and Platinum designed adventure education to drive home each point.
10 days later, I returned to the plant and asked each person to reflect on their experience and the difference it made.
The impact is crazy. It's all about engagement. You're constantly engaging the people, and it was like never a sit-still moment. We're constantly learning, constantly moving forward. And by the end of FishCaMP, everyone was a lot stronger than when they first started. What that brings to the workplace afterwards, it's all family.
We had to carry foam on our bag across. Yeah, and then we won it. Yeah. And the other guys were trying to disorganize us or whatever, and just fell into a big laughter, man. Throwing it, and everybody getting involved. It was fun for me.
On the first morning of camp, we explored the centrality of self-awareness, of each person doing their own work and taking responsibility for how they choose to show up.
You know, now that I'm 25, it's very important. I should know myself by now. Where am I? What is important to me?
I like to think I'm fully aware of who I'm being. There's times where I've apologized and I've said I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't listening. My bad. And I'm seeing more and more of that, not just with myself, but with other people are realizing that they're more aware of who they're being.
While we explored self-awareness, we asked each person, what can we count on you for during camp?
Do the right thing at the right moment. That's the self-awareness that I have. Lead by example, my responsibility at Celplast.
Simply put, Celplast realized that human resources is its most important resource.
We're all equals. We're all on the same playing field.
Soon afterwards, we pulled out the ladder of Inference. It proved to be a valuable tool for individuals to examine their mental pathways of increasing abstraction. We took stock of our own thinking by working our way down our ladders.
You think you know it all. You want to go up the ladder.
Yeah.
But later on you decided, wait a minute. I thought I knew it, but no, I was wrong. That gives me the motivation and the know-how and the want to step up the ladder the proper way.
It was like something that I was really looking at more so in my life outside of Celplast, really, and the changes that I can make that could affect me while I'm working here too, right? Just being better as a human altogether.
Our focus on the afternoon of day 1 was listening with intent to understand rather than listening with an intent to reply.
The most amazing thing that I learned from that was that I have to listen.
As a new guy, I was wondering how to communicate with the people.
Everybody has an open door policy, like you can go up to anybody and talk to them, like the president, the owner, the managers. Not every company is like this.
Throughout the week, we challenged each other to move from our comfort zones to our stretch zones to make optimal learning possible. One gauntlet we threw down was a life-sized puzzle that each of 6 different groups manufactured in round-robin races against the clock. This matched CMP's commitment to lead the market with the quickest response to changing customer needs.
My takeaway from it was never settle for just about. Needed to be perfect, and you really had to be in sync. Once we realized that we need to be on the same page, then it really came together.
It's basically like our playbook on the Met.
Yeah.
Like Kaizen, everybody works in sync, in unity. Then everything will come into place. And you will meet the goal even faster.
We all were struggling at first, right? The communication was the key. That was, I think, the main thing. And once we figured out, everybody listened to everybody, heard everybody's ideas out.
With all this proactivity and constructive effort, a bit of balance seemed in order. During breaks, we took apart a car for the fun of it. On day 2, we had one another's backs again, but with a whole lot more at stake.
A lot of vulnerability because you're closing your eyes and relying on other people to catch you. Sometimes you just gotta let go.
For me, it was easy. I knew who was catching me, so I trust them.
To me, it feels like a big family. I've never had that experience at any job.
Celplast has been really a family for me. I've been hospitalized in here for close to about a year. It's amazing they were always there for me, 100%.
On the afternoon of day 2, we divided the group into teams of 3 or 4. Our challenge to each group? Build a bicycle while half of your group wears blindfolds and the others refrain from using their hands. Greg Nash and I set this up to stimulate problem solving and communication and to accentuate the company's commitment to create value through innovation.
I was getting frustrated. Well, Danny cheated on us. Danny came and took some parts.
I have to listen to him carefully step by step. If I don't, I'm gonna mess up or hurt myself.
It was one of a kind experience because at that time, I really learned how to rely 100% to Sean. I was so helpless.
Ryan, a simple instruction to him, he can do it right away. Even the wire going to the brake, it came out and he put it in without the yeah.
You never know who's going to take leadership and who's going to have the gift.
The best thing that we did was put the bicycle to give to kids. I like the outcome more than anything.
Love the outcome. Liqua Nakala accepted CMP's donation of bicycles for East Metro Youth Services. On day 3, we focused on CMP's vision of nurturing a highly educated and self-directed workforce. To do so, I introduced Platinum's I Am, I'll Be, and I'll See reflection and action tool, encouraging the use of empowering first-person I language. I shared how habitual patterns of thinking frame how I see the world and asked, how can I expand possibilities by taking charge of my mindset? During these conversations on empowerment, we built potato cannons in teams.
My favorite activity was the cannon, potato cannon. I just feel so competitive in it, you know?
It really tied in that there's a time to play, there's a time to be serious, and even the most playful of people realize that this is not a toy. They didn't treat it like a toy, and they still had fun.
Just that, to have the power behind it, and it's a potato in this plastic tubing, and I felt the pullback.
Like, wow, these things have some power. Watching people fire it, like just the excitement, the smiles on people's faces, like, wow, I did that?
It was striking to notice the personal power available to each one of us. Throughout the week, we stimulated our brains by tapping into the wisdom of our bodies through exercise. Vince Nash's encouragement, example, and unique system of resistance bands were just the ticket. We also celebrated the employees voted most improved by their work groups over the last quarter, and invited each person to make a new 90-day fitness commitment until the next plant meeting. As you can see, continuous improvement isn't just for machines. On the 3rd afternoon, we brought in platinum balance beams for balancing teams to dig into getting better.
What I found most interesting was the reaching. You were constantly like reaching and trying to communicate to people that are going ahead. It applies to everything at SelfAwareness. The Met operator is coming down and helping you as a slitter operator, and he's not getting far ahead of you. You have to work together and in unison, and to know where the goal is. You will succeed as a group.
I know for a fact the good leaders develop people. The okay leaders develop themselves.
Every day we are seeing difference. We investing on people. We build people. If anything goes wrong, so we have a bad process, not the bad people. If someone in the between this wall, they're here for a reason. Everyone adds value.
I know there's so many room for improvement. I started with strapping, then I go to the sliotar. Now I am mat operator. Who knows, someday I may be at the sales office. It makes me feel great because I know I will be stuck on one routine and I love it. I want to learn. Where else can you have that? It's a family.
Getting better means in my life the most important part of my existence. I have to get better in my spiritual work ethics, in my physical appearance, in my relationship with my family and wife, my co-workers. So getting better, it's the center of my life.
We set out on the morning of day 4 to strengthen a culture of learning throughout the organization. We introduced Adam's Learner Judger tool from her book, Change Your Questions, Change Your Life, and rolled up our sleeves for a community kitchen activity with Andrew Fleet.
What I learned on the learner mindset versus judger mindset is that when I choose to listen or when I have no personal egos, and then when you are on the learner path, it makes individual to learn from others' experience, and you excel in your life.
Creates better relationship between the teams and individuals. So it's not just like, oh, coming to work, go home. You come and you learn to work together, and you can apply it to your everyday life.
I think it shows that the company cares about the employees. They're trying to improve not only working conditions or the way you operate at work, but also your personal lives.
After cooking and feasting together, we launched into our final afternoon of laughter and learning. We were primed and we were ready for our Trust Fall finale, wherein each person had a challenge by choice opportunity to fall back from a 4-foot-high platform into the arms of their trustworthy colleagues.
No matter what direction I am facing, I know people are behind me. I'm falling behind you, catching me, that's a trust.
Being afraid of heights, not so much heights, but falling. And it's really not so much falling, it's the landing part after falling that I'm not crazy about. So that was huge for me personally.
Terrifying and then exhilarating, getting caught at the end. It just made it that much more powerful because people were there for me.
10 days later, we looked back on our marvelous time together.
I think all the activities, they are all directed to that purpose. The nurture a highly educated and self-directed workforce. Everyone working at one whole big family.
I feel more like as a team. FishCaMP always a privilege because the department, we don't have much opportunity to talk, but during the FishCaMP, we play, we do activities and exercise together.
This event makes people better, creates more unity, better understanding of each other. You have a better closeness. If the company invests all this money, the return down the road will be much greater. Before we were thinking narrow, now we are thinking wide.
The important thing was having each other's back. That theme of helping each other, whether it was building the bicycles or the truss falls or the balance beams, even making the potato cannons, tied together very well to the culture of team building and empowered, self-directed teams that we're trying to build here.
As you've just heard from our group, Fall FishCaMP 2014 was exactly what we needed. From a business perspective, it was absolutely worth it to allocate the salary, benefits, and delayed production of our entire organization to this 4-day initiative with Platinum Leadership. In 2011, our return on investment was huge, and we only anticipate our returns from the 2014 event to be that much greater. At Celplast Metallized Products, investing in our people and becoming more of a family has made all the difference. And together, with our people, we're planning and moving towards a very bright future.